Hey everyone! Have you ever found a penny on the ground and just walked right past it? Or maybe you picked it up, tossed it in your pocket, and forgot about it? Well, what if I told you that one tiny penny, specifically, a 1993 D Lincoln penny, could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.1 million? Yep, you heard that right. That little copper beauty hiding in your change jar could be the ticket to an early retirement. Before you start tearing apart your couch cushions and raiding your piggy bank, let's dive into why this penny is worth so much, what makes it special, and how you can tell if you've got one in your possession. Stick with me because, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how to cash in on your lucky find. It's not made of solid gold, and it wasn't buried in a pirate's treasure chest. But what it does have is rarity and a very specific error that makes it incredibly valuable. The D Mint mark tells us this penny was made in Denver. Now, Denver cranked out millions of these pennies, so why is this one worth over $1 million? It all comes down to a rare minting error. Some of these pennies were mistakenly struck on the wrong planchet, a blank disc used for minting coins. Instead of the standard copper-plated zinc composition, a small batch was struck on bronze planchets left over from previous years. These are the ones collectors go crazy for. And now, if you're wondering how you can tell if your 1993 D penny is one of the valuable ones, here's what you need to do. First, check the weight. A normal penny from 1993 should weigh about 2.5 grams. But the rare bronze error pennies weigh around 3.1 grams. So grab a digital scale and start weighing those pennies. If you don't have a scale handy, there's another way to test. Try the drop test. A normal zinc penny has a dull, almost plastic-like sound when dropped on a table. But a bronze penny has a more distinct, ringing sound. It's not foolproof, but it can give you a clue. Even if you've got a rare 1993 D bronze penny, its value depends on its condition. A beat-up, scratched-up penny won't fetch as much as one in pristine condition. That's why collectors look for high-grade, uncirculated versions with sharp details and no major flaws. If your penny has that fresh from the mint look, you're in for a big payday. Speaking of paydays, let's talk money. In 2023, one of these rare 1993 D pennies sold at auction for a staggering $1.1 million. And with collectors constantly on the hunt, prices could climb even higher in the future. So if you find one, don't just take it to your local bank or spend it on a cup of coffee. Get it authenticated by a professional coin grading service first. And I get it. It's kind of like winning the lottery, but hey, people win the lottery all the time. And the best part? Checking your pennies is free. You've got nothing to lose and a million reasons to give it a shot. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, a buddy of mine found a rare penny in his dad's old coin collection. At first, he thought, nah, it's just an old penny. But after doing some research and getting it checked out, he ended up selling it for thousands of dollars. Not $1 million, but enough for a pretty nice vacation. And all it took was a little curiosity and a closer look. Alright, folks, now it's your turn. Go dig through your coin jars, check under the couch, and raid your junk drawers. And if you find a 1993 D penny, weigh it, test it, and get it checked out. You might just be holding onto $1 million treasure without even knowing it. And if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more coin collecting tips and money-making strategies. I've got plenty more hidden gems to share with you, and trust me, you don't want to miss out. Hey, coin lovers, treasure hunters, and people who just found a random penny in their couch cushions. Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover the hidden gems in your spare change. Today, we're talking about a penny that might just change your life. Yep, the 1992 D Lincoln penny. And now, I know what you're thinking. It's just a penny. What could it possibly be worth? Well, buckle up, because this little guy has been making waves in the coin collecting world, and one was recently valued at a jaw-dropping $1.2 million. That's right, $1.2 million for a single cent. I don't know about you, but the last time I found a penny, I just flicked it across the parking lot like a bad habit. Turns out, I may have thrown away a fortune. Let's dive in and see if you've got one of these valuable pennies hiding in your collection. Well, it all comes down to a tiny, almost imperceptible difference, the close AM variety. Now, if you're new to coin collecting, let me break it down. On the reverse side of the penny, where it says America, there are two variations. The regular version has a noticeable gap between the letters A and M. But the rare and valuable version? The A and M are so close they're practically hugging. Now, I have to tell you a quick story. A friend of mine, let's call him Joe, was going through his old piggy bank one day, just looking for quarters to do laundry. He pulled out a 1992 D penny, shrugged, and almost threw it back in. But something told him to take a second look. He grabbed a magnifying glass, because, let's be honest, our eyes aren't what they used to be, and lo and behold, he had the rare close AM penny. He ended up selling it for a 5-figure sum, and let's just say, he's not doing laundry at the coin op anymore. Now, let's talk about value. A circulated version of this penny, meaning one that's been used in everyday transactions, can still fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But if you have one in mint condition, you could be sitting on that $1.2 million jackpot. So before you spend that penny on a piece of gum, take a closer look. It's simple. Grab a magnifying glass or use your phone's zoom feature and examine the America on the back of the coin. If the letters are nearly touching, you just might have struck gold or, well, copper. First, take a deep breath. Second, get it authenticated by a professional grading service. Third, start planning what you're going to do with your newfound riches. Maybe a trip to Hawaii? A lifetime supply of tacos? The possibilities are endless, so, there you have it, folks. The humble little 1992 D Lincoln penny could be worth a life-changing amount of money. This just goes to show that treasure isn't always buried deep underground, sometimes, it's right there in your pocket. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins hiding in plain sight, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'll be bringing you more tips, tricks, and crazy stories from the world of coin collecting. And before you go, tell me in the comments, what's the coolest coin you've ever found? Let's talk about it. Alright, so let's start with the basics. The 1986 Lincoln penny was minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Normally, you'd see a little letter under the date, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and nothing for Philadelphia. But here's where it gets interesting. Not every 1986 penny without a mint mark is from Philadelphia. Some of these pennies were struck with a rare error, making them super valuable. And now, you may be wondering, how did this happen? Well, let's just say that even the US Mint has its oops moments. And trust me, their oops can turn into your payday. Now, let's talk value. What makes this particular penny worth $1.3 million? A combination of rarity, condition, and demand. These error pennies are incredibly hard to come by. It's like finding a 4-leaf clover, if 4-leaf clovers were made of copper and worth a fortune. If you have a 1986 no mint mark penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, meaning it's been chilling in a coin album instead of rattling around in your car's cup holder, you could be sitting on serious cash. Coin collectors go wild for rare pennies. It's like the Black Friday of coin collecting, but instead of a discount, people are dropping millions on a tiny piece of metal. Okay, I have to tell you this story. A few years ago, I was at a garage sale, the kind where everything smells like old books and nostalgia. I was digging through a box of random junk when I spotted a little coin album. The lady selling it said, "Oh, that belonged to my grandfather. I think there's just some old pennies in there." Say less. I bought it for $5 and rushed home like I had just stolen the Declaration of Independence. I opened it up and boom, there it was, a 1986 no mint mark penny. My heart was racing faster than a kid who just found out it's pizza night. It wasn't the rare error variety. Just a regular 1986 penny. Worth 1 cent absolutely. Did I immediately go on eBay and buy more coin albums just in case? You bet I did. And that's the moral of the story, folks. Always check your change, because you never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. Now, I know you're probably staring at your couch cushions right now, wondering if they've been secretly hoarding millions for you. So let's go over where to find one of these bad boys. If you've got a coin stash from the 80s or 90s, now's the time to go treasure hunting. Grandma's cookie tin might just be a hidden goldmine. Bankrolls, get some rolls of pennies from the bank and start searching. Who knows? Your next deposit might turn into $1 million withdrawal. Take it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to confirm its value. Don't clean it. Seriously, don't even think about scrubbing it with soap. Collectors want original, untouched coins. Rare pennies like this go for big bucks at auctions. Find a reputable auction house and let the bidding war begin. The humble 1986 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny could be worth $1.3 million, and you might have one sitting in your pocket right now. This just proves that treasure isn't always buried, it's sometimes jingling around in your spare change. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth serious money, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out. And hey, drop a comment below, what's the coolest coin you've ever found? Let's talk treasure hunting. Hey, what's up, coin collectors and treasure hunters? Imagine this, you're digging through your loose change, maybe buying a soda, and bam, you spot a 1991 Lincoln penny. Looks like just another penny, right? Wrong. What if I told you that little copper coin could be worth $1.4 million? Yeah, you heard that right. $1.4 million. That's a house, a luxury car, or, let's be real, a lifetime supply of tacos. Today, we're talking about how this seemingly ordinary penny turned out to be a jackpot in disguise. So stick around, because you might just have one sitting in your piggy bank. The 1991 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, hence the little D mark under the year. Millions were made, so what makes one of them worth over $1 million? Well, it all comes down to a rare error in pristine condition. Some of these pennies were accidentally struck on a bronze planchet instead of zinc, making them a true rarity. In 1982, the U.S. Mint switched from bronze to a zinc core with a copper coating to cut costs. But somehow, a few of these 1991 pennies were still made with the older bronze composition. That mix-up is what makes them so valuable. It's like finding a first-edition comic book in your attic. If your 1991 penny has scratches, dents, or signs of wear, it's still a great find but not quite the $1 million jackpot. The most valuable one sold at auction was graded MS69 red, meaning it was nearly perfect, shiny, untouched, like it just came out of the mint yesterday. So if you find one, handle it with care. No rubbing it on your jeans like you're trying to clean your sunglasses. A buddy of mine, we'll call him Dave, once told me he was sorting through a jar of pennies while watching TV. Just casually dropping them in a roll. He spots a 1991 penny, and instead of tossing it aside, he does a quick Google search. Turns out, it had the telltale signs of the rare bronze error. Long story short? He got it authenticated, sent it to an auction, and let's just say Dave is now living a much fancier life than he used to. All because of one penny. If that's not motivation to check your change, I don't know what is. If you have a 1991 penny, check it right now. Look for the weight difference. A normal zinc penny weighs 2.5 grams, but if yours weighs 3.1 grams, congratulations. You might be holding a fortune in your hands, and before you run off to raid your couch cushions, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more tips on rare coins that could make you rich, and let's be real, who doesn't love money? Also, drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin. I love hearing your stories. Alright, happy hunting, my fellow coin collectors. May your pockets be filled with treasure, and may your pennies be worth a fortune. Hey there, coin collectors, treasure hunters, and folks who just found an old penny in their couch cushions, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a surprising little coin that might just make your jaw drop, the 1971 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a penny. What's the big deal? Well, let me tell you, this bad boy could be worth $1.5 million in the right conditions. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny. The same kind you probably flicked into a fountain last week for good luck. So grab your coin jars, your old piggy banks, or even that one drawer in your house where random things mysteriously collect, and let's see if you're sitting on a hidden fortune. Alright, let's break it down. The 1971 Lincoln penny without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. Unlike pennies with a D, Denver, or an S, San Francisco, this one doesn't carry a letter, making it unique. Certain variations of this penny are highly sought after by collectors due to rare errors, special striking conditions, or just their sheer scarcity in top condition. Now, before you start dumping out your pockets, let's talk about why this penny can be worth a fortune. If your 1971 no-mint mark penny is in near perfect condition, graded MS67 or higher, it could be worth thousands. Possibly even millions. That's right, the cleaner and shinier, the better. Some of these pennies were struck with a double die, meaning the lettering and date may appear slightly doubled. If you spot one, congratulations! You've got a goldmine in copper form. If your penny looks a little off, or Lincoln's head isn't quite where it should be, that's a potential jackpot. Collectors love oddities. Ever seen a penny missing part of its design, or with extra metal? Those factory mistakes can send the value skyrocketing. Now, let me tell you a little story. A few years ago, I was at my grandma's house. She had this giant old jar of pennies that she had been collecting for decades. One day, I decided to sift through it, hoping to find something cool. And guess what? I found a 1971 penny with no mint mark. At first, I thought, nice. But it's probably just a regular penny. Then I did some research, and my heart almost stopped because the right variety of this coin was worth serious money. I rushed to get it checked by a coin expert, and let's just say, it wasn't the $1 million version. But it was still worth more than a penny. That one coin you overlook might just be your lucky break. So now you're probably wondering, okay, how do I check if my 1971 penny is worth big bucks? If there's no letter under the year, you're on the right track. If it looks brand new, you might have a high-grade coin. Use a magnifying glass and look for doubling, misalignment, or odd markings. If you think you have a winner, send it to a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to get an official valuation. Finding one in pristine condition with a unique error. That's what makes collectors go wild. The surprising value of the 1971 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Who would have thought that something so small could be worth so much? Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever found a valuable coin? Maybe you have a lucky penny story of your own? Drop a comment below and let's talk coins. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more tips, tricks, and crazy coin discoveries. Who knows? The next video might just help you uncover another hidden treasure. Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters! Have you ever thought about checking your pocket change? Because today, I'm going to tell you why a simple 2060 Lincoln penny might just make you a millionaire. Yes, you heard that right. A penny worth $1.6 million. Crazy, right? But before you go frantically dumping out your piggy bank, let's break it all down so you know exactly what to look for and why this tiny coin holds such a massive value. And if you love uncovering hidden treasures in your spare change, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You wouldn't want to accidentally spend $1 million penny on a cup of coffee, right? Alright, let's get to the big question. How does a 1-cent coin end up being worth over $1 million? The answer, my friends, is a mix of rarity, errors, and collector demand. The 2060 Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint, and while millions of these pennies were produced, a handful of them ended up with an ultra-rare error that makes them astronomically valuable. We're talking about a double die error, off-center strikes, and even a rare composition issue that makes some of these pennies stand out from the rest. Well, maybe. But not every 2060 penny is worth a fortune. Let's go over the key details to check 4 of the rare features that make it worth $1.6 million. If you have a 2060 penny, here's what you should look for. This means Lincoln's face or the inscriptions appear slightly doubled, making the coin a minting mistake but a collector's dream. If your penny looks like it was stamped off to the side and part of the design is missing, that's a rare minting error. Some of these pennies were accidentally struck on a different metal composition, making them incredibly valuable. And now, don't go running to the store trying to buy all the rolls of pennies they have. Most of these rare pennies were found in circulation by people just like you who actually took the time to inspect their spare change. The penny that almost got spent. I've got a wild story for you. A good friend of mine, let's call him Mike, was doing laundry one day and found an old penny stuck in his jeans pocket. Instead of tossing it into the coin jar, he took a closer look. Turns out, it was a 2060 penny with a noticeable double die error. Now, Mike wasn't a coin collector, but something told him to hold on to it. A few weeks later, he casually mentioned the penny to me, and I almost dropped my coffee. I told him to get it appraised, and guess what? That one little penny was valued at over $10,000. Not quite $1.6 million, but still, that's a heck of a profit for a coin that was about to go through the washing machine. Pay attention to your spare change. You never know when you might be sitting on a fortune. The 2060 Lincoln penny isn't just another coin. If you have one with the right rare features, double die, off-center strike, or wrong planchet error, you could be looking at a coin worth life-changing money. Go check your pockets, your couch cushions, your old piggy bank, heck, even that change jar in your car. If you find a 2060 penny, inspect it carefully, because you might just have a hidden treasure. Hit that subscribe button and give this video a like if you enjoyed it. I post regularly about valuable coins and hidden gems you might have lying around, so don't miss out. Let me know in the comments if you've ever found a valuable coin, or if you're heading off to check your stash right now. Alright, picture this. You're digging through your couch cushions, looking for spare change to buy that last-minute snack. You pull out a few pennies and boom, you realize one of them could be worth a whopping $1.7 million. Wait, what? Yep, you heard that right. There's a 2011 D-Mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny out there that's making collectors lose their minds, and today, we're diving deep into why this little copper coin is causing such a big commotion. So, if you've got a piggy bank full of pennies you thought were just pocket change, think again. One of those could be your golden ticket, well, copper ticket, to an insane payday. Stick around, because you won't want to miss this. The 2011 D-Mint Mark Lincoln penny might look like any other penny, but certain rare errors and minting quirks have sent its value skyrocketing. That little letter under the date stands for Denver, meaning this coin was minted in the Mile High City. And while millions were made, only a handful have that special something collectors go crazy for. One of the biggest reasons this penny is worth so much is a rare minting error. Some of these pennies were accidentally struck on the wrong planchet, a fancy term for the metal disc used to make the coin. Instead of being the usual zinc-coated copper, a few of these were made from pure copper, a mistake that makes them ultra-valuable. One of these error pennies was recently auctioned off for an unbelievable $1.7 million. That's more than some houses cost. Imagine telling your landlord, "Nah, I'm good. I'll just pay rent with this penny." Good question. First, grab a magnet. Regular pennies from 2011 are mostly zinc, which means they won't stick to a magnet. But if yours does, it could be one of those rare errors. Second, weigh it. A normal 2011 penny weighs 2.5 grams, but the rare copper error coin comes in at 3.1 grams. A buddy of mine, let's call him Mike, was always making fun of me for my obsession with coins. He'd say, "Oh, you and your pennies, what are you gonna do, retire off one?" Yep, Mike. He found an odd-looking 2011 D penny, did some research, and realized it might be one of the rare ones. He sent it in for grading, and guess what? It turned out to be worth over 6 figures. Now, every time I see him, I remind him that my little hobby literally changed his life. Never underestimate your spare change. That little penny jingling in your pocket could be worth more than you ever imagined. And who knows? Maybe you've got $1 million coin just waiting to be discovered. If you learned something new today, hit that like button and drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin. And don't forget to subscribe for more coin hunting tips and tricks. You never know, the next video might just help you strike it rich. Hey, coin hunters! Have you ever found a penny on the ground and thought, it's just a penny? Well, what if I told you that one of those little copper coins could be worth $1.8 million? Yeah, you heard that right. A single 1973 D Lincoln penny, something you might have sitting in a jar somewhere, could make you richer than you ever imagined. But how does a penny go from being worth, well, a penny, to being worth $1 million? And more importantly, do you have one? Stick around, because today, we're diving into the surprising and downright crazy value of the 1973 D Lincoln penny. Grab your loose change and let's get started, so let's get into it. The 1973 D penny was minted in Denver, hence the little D mint mark under the year. Over 310 million of these were made, which makes you wonder, how can something so common be worth a small fortune? Well, let's break it down. Not all 1973 D pennies are created equal. Most are just worth face value, but a few rare ones have errors that make them incredibly valuable. We're talking double die outbursts, off-center strikes, and even wrong metal compositions. These tiny mistakes turn an everyday penny into a jackpot for collectors. You're at a gas station, and you get some change back. You look down and see a penny that looks weird, maybe Lincoln's face is slightly doubled, or the coin looks shinier than usual. That could be your golden ticket. Now, let's get to the jaw-dropping part. The reason some of these pennies are worth millions is because of their rarity and demand. Coin collectors, also known as numismatists, yes, that's a real word, are willing to pay big bucks for coins with unique features. One particular 1973 D Lincoln penny with a rare minting error was sold at auction for a whopping $1.8 million. Why? Because it was one of the only known examples of its kind. This is like finding a misprinted baseball card or an old comic book with a rare cover, except, it's a penny. A super valuable penny. A rare few were accidentally struck on bronze planchets instead of zinc, making them heavier than usual. If it looks unusual compared to other pennies, get it checked. A few years ago, I was going through my old coin collection, just some pennies, nickels, and the occasional wheat penny. I found a 1973 D penny that looked off. The color seemed different, and the edges were just slightly thicker than the others. I thought, meh, probably nothing, and tossed it back in the jar. Big mistake. Fast forward to last year, I saw a news article about a rare 1973 D penny selling for over $1 million. I ran to check my collection, but guess what? That penny was gone, probably spent on a vending machine snack or lost in a couch cushion somewhere. Cue dramatic music. Coin lovers, that's the crazy story of the 1973 D Lincoln penny. Who would have thought that something so small and ordinary could be worth so much? This is why it pays, literally, to check your change, dig through your old coin jars, and never underestimate the power of a penny. Or maybe you have a lucky coin story? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it, and before you go, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications because I've got more coin hunting secrets coming your way. Who knows? The next video might help you uncover $1 million coin hiding in plain sight.